We are 1 week out for the biggest release of the year for Microsoft Flight Simulator. In the lead up, we have seen many new hardware releases to work on both PC and Xbox. This will make Xbox users very, very happy. We've got that all covered, including all of this week's big announcements and release news, so let's jump into the video. Before we jump into this week's announcements, in these videos we try to bring you all the flight sim news in one place. So if that sounds right up your taxi way, please click that subscribe button. 72% of people that watch the Flight Simmer channel are not subscribed yet. This really helps support myself, and it really helps the channel to grow. Thank you very much. Preflight in this week's previews and announcements, and the first one is from Miltech Simulations with their Osprey 22B. The Osprey was announced just a few short days ago, and it will most likely be released by the time you watch this video, November the 4th. The Osprey is a tilt V-style multi-mission aircraft with a combination of helicopter and convention wing aircraft. The Osprey has been developed with a joint venture of 2 different developers, and they mention it will come with a comprehensive simulation of the MV-22B with a realistic engine operation. It will also have a full simulation of the blade fold and wing stow procedures. The Osprey will also launch with a companion product called Amphibian Ready Group. This is a scenery activity pack that will feature landable vessels and accompanied with missions and landing challenges. Other features included in the package is an accurate external model, as well as an internal cockpit based on the aircraft flight manuals, realistic manual operations for the engine and nacelles, a fully simulated vortex ring state, authentic interior and exterior night lighting, including the blade tip lights that look very, very nice indeed. The Osprey will be available through the Orbex website, and at a later stage it will be available in the InSim marketplace. But while you're waiting for the release of the Osprey, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can go and check out Two Tones Murphy preview of the Osprey. And while you're there, why don't you click that subscribe button? It's a good YouTube channel. Moving on to our next announcement for the week. This goes to the team over at Classic Hangar. You may know this team, but this team was well known in the FSX days for bringing classic aircraft to the older sims. This week they are developing for a Microsoft Flight Simulator. The first aircraft the team plans to bring to the next generation sim is the Clem L25. This will be the testbed aircraft for the team as they get used to the platform and developing tools. The team have been working on the Clem for almost over a year now, and now they're providing regular updates on their current developments of the Clem. At this stage there's no feature list or release date, but sure, keep checking back here on the channel in the coming weeks and months as we will keep you posted on the development of the Clem Lima 25. Just Flight this week announced Storm Scope for its GA fleet. The team's GA fleet have now been out for a while now, but they're still currently developing the Tomahawk. But Just Flight is not stopping there when it comes to updates. Just Flight Storm Scope is based on the real-world instrument that can be retrofitted to most GA aircraft. The Storm Scope, I should say, its primary function is to spot lightning strikes. However, this isn't currently available through the simulator. The Storm Scope is capable of other functions, especially paired with the Skywatch traffic avoidance system. This works similar to what a TCAS would for airliners. It also serves as a navigation aid and will display current flight plans and other information such as ground speed, range, and ETEs. The Storm Scope will be available for all existing Just Flight GA aeroplanes. There is no ETA when we'll see the release date, but it's currently in testing, so it shouldn't be too far away. PMDG is back in the news this week, this time with an update for their 737 fleet. Before you all go and jump into the PMDG Operations Center, this is an update really fixed around improving the overall stability of the 737 with Microsoft's environment, and it's not a drop off the EFB. However, the team did mention they're mostly focused at the moment on the 900 and also implementing the EFB tablet. The tablet goes into testing this week, and the 900 should be in testing the following week. There is no update on the 777 other than its ongoing development is still ongoing. DC's Designs Harrier 2 will be released soon. This week we've got our hands on a preview copy of the Harrier, and we've been putting it through its paces. We couldn't help ourselves but not to show you a little bit about the Harrier this week in our news video. The Harrier from DC Designs will include 12 liveries, 3D cockpits with modeled injection seats, custom coded MFD and heads-up display. They also have a fully interactive checklist and more. There's no detail on release date, but if we have our hands on a preview copy, it must be available soon. Before we jump into this week's sim update news, I want to thank SoFly for sponsoring this video. SoFly offer a number of products for Microsoft Flight Simulator, catering to new pilots for the sim and all the way to very experienced pilots. As a flight sim content creator, my favorite SoFly product is Weather Presets Pro, which comes in really handy when the weather is not behaving itself and you can change the weather to be more dramatic or even to a perfect day. Other products I like to use is Landing Challenge Pro, Flight Simulator Guide, which is the manual to Microsoft Flight Simulator, the one that should have been, Storms for pilots who want to chase some of the biggest storms in the world's history. I will leave a link in the description below or where you can go and check out SoFly products, and I would like to thank SoFly for sponsoring this video. Taxiing over to this week's release news, and the first release for the week goes to Flight Sim Buddy for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Flight Sim Buddy is a flight planning utility that aims to help you plan different phases of your flight. Flight Sim Buddy features planning tools, flight sharing, a scratchpad, a chart viewer, and a checklist creator. This companion app is only available through the iOS and supports voice commands. Flight Sim Buddy is available through the App Store, and you will need a Sim Connect for it to work as well, which is available through its own website. I'll leave a link in the description below or where you can check out Flight Sim Buddy. Our next release for the week is really the start of the battle for hardware to be available on Xbox. This should make Xbox users or simmers really happy. With the recent news of Turtle Beach announcing their new joystick and also the Honeycomb Alpha Flight XPC yoke, which we'll talk about soon, Thrustmaster have launched its new range of TCA to be released on Xbox. The TCA Airbus range for Xbox includes a new hub which is available inside the TCA joystick itself. This allows one USB cable that needs to be connected to either a PC or Xbox. This allows the whole Thrustmaster Flight Sim ecosystem, including the TPR and also the T-Flight pedals and the TCA quadrant, to work with the Xbox console all plugged in to the joystick. The TCA joystick itself has been redesigned with an enhanced throttle and has a new tack switch buttons which improves the stability of the yoke. It also includes 2 times USB-A's and a 1 USB-C and a power cable that allows you to bring everything together. You can swap between Xbox and PC really easy with a compatibility switch, and also the new range of TCA products including the Captain's Pack X is available now at your normal retailers, including the Thrustmaster store, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Speaking of Honeycomb, the Honeycomb Alpha Flight XPC yoke, which is an upgraded version of the Alpha, is released, and also the Honeycomb Xbox Hub is now available. If you pre-ordered both of these, the XPC and the Hub, they are now shipping out to your address. The XPC and the Hub allows you to connect your Bravo throttles and also the upcoming Charlie rudder pedals in one system. The XPC features an all-new front grille design with a full 180-degree rotation of the yoke with upgraded hall sensors to improve the smoothness and more precise movements of the yoke. The base of the XPC simulates a switch panel with the master, the alternator, the avionics switches, along with a 5-position ignition switch. The team is also launching its all-new Xbox Hub in addition. As we mentioned before, this hub allows the Bravo throttles and the upcoming Charlie pedals to be used all at the same time on the Xbox console. Both new units are shipping now. If you haven't pre-ordered already, I would recommend going over and doing that because you may get delays as it's becoming over to the Christmas time. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can pick up both the Hub and the XPC over at Honeycomb. Aerosoft this week released its next airport, which is Karlsruhe Baden-Baden Airport. Hopefully I got that correctly. This airport is located in southwest Germany and mostly serves low-cost airliners and charters. The airport has around about 30 plus destinations to 14 different countries. The package includes a detailed scenery of the airport area, accurate ground layout for 2022 with taxi signs and ground markings, high-res model of passenger terminals and airport buildings, animated passengers in the terminals and walkways. It also includes dynamic lighting. You can pick up your copy of Aerosoft Karlsruhe Baden-Baden Airport directly from their store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Lining up on the runway for this week's Sim Update news, and the Microsoft team is applying all the finishing touches of the biggest release of the year, which is the 40th Anniversary Edition and Sim Update 11. Last week we saw gliders, and the team went into a lot of detail with all the new features in the feature discovery video about gliders. This week we're expected to see helicopters displayed in the same way. However, at the time of this video, the feature discovery video for helicopters has not been released. The Microsoft team this week had confirmed the launch of the new update is still on schedule for the 11th of November. The time at which we can start downloading for our PCs and for our Xbox consoles hasn't been mentioned at this stage. The 40th anniversary edition will bring 4 classic commercial airports, 10 glide airports, 12 new aircraft, 14 heliports, and 20 classic missions from the franchise in the past. Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear about what's going to be your first flight you'll be undertaking when it comes to the 40th anniversary edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator. In the lead up of the launch of the 40th anniversary, Microsoft and Thrustmaster have partnered together to give away a TCA Captain Pack. I'll leave a link in the description below how you can enter and have a look at all the T's and C's. There is no feedback snapshot or development roadmap update this week, which is to be expected with the pending release of all the updates scheduled for next week. This week on the InSim marketplace, we've seen 31 new products to hit the shelves. 17 of these are on PC and 14 of these are on Xbox. The biggest highlight this week is the Kodiak 100 Amphibian from SimWorks Studios. All the other releases are airport sceneries, livery packs, and night lighting packs. If you got this far in the video, thank you very much. I really do appreciate the support. If you're not subscribed to the ausflightsimmer channel, as 72% of people that watch the channel are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It really supports myself and supports the channel to grow. I'm going to leave you with another video here. Why don't you check that one out? And I think you're going to like it, and I'll see you over there.